later today. Now, today is May 4th, like I just said, or what has become popularly known as Star Wars Day. Take a look at an exclusive interview by EBC New York correspondent Tennie Sumague and box office artist and Star Wars superfan James Raiz at the Dolby Studio in Soho, New York.
Thanks, Philip. He's known as the box office artist to his 1.42 million subscribers on YouTube, blowing them away with his creative sketches from different drawings of Transformers, Marvel characters, and more. But what many people don't know about Canadian illustrator James Raiz is that he's been an avid Star Wars fan since childhood. And he had the opportunity of making a mural of his favorite movie sequel before the pandemic hit. Let's take a look as we talk about the inspiration of the mural, plus he gives advice on those who want to be YouTube influencers.
So you're an avid Star Wars, I would say, a Star Wars fanatic.
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah, take us through this mural.
Yeah.
What was the inspiration behind this mural?
Well, in 2017, I wanted to do something that was original for my channel, and I wanted to do a piece that had like all Star Wars characters on it. I wanted to do something crazy. But before I started, instead of doing characters, I wanted to do a piece with like scenes, everyone's favorite scenes. So I did that mural in 2017. It had episodes 1 through 7 and Rogue One, and Disney saw that. And they said, this is really cool, why don't you do something for us? Now I did a mural for them for Infinity War, and this year they said, why don't you do the Skywalker saga mural? And that's what this represents. So no Rogue One here. They wanted me to focus on the actual saga films. So episodes 1 through 9. I had to really tone it down, because I wanted to include all of the movie, every single bit. But I also knew episode 9, I wouldn't have that luxury of knowing what was in that movie. They wouldn't tell me anything. They said you have to look at the trailers, try to figure out what to draw. So I knew I couldn't get as much detail, so I kind of toned down the detail on all of these, right? Just sticking to things that I felt needed to be there for the most part. But in that sense, it actually took longer than my original because of trying to figure out, okay, what needs to be here, what doesn't need to be in these particular drawings.
But take us through, like, which part was actually your favorite doing, and which one was probably the most challenging? I personally love this.
Oh, right on. Yes,
yes. Who doesn't love Darth Vader?
Yes.
And who doesn't like lightsabers?
Right on. Well, I wanted the overall feel to feel very reminiscent to the original movie posters by Drew Struzan. Okay, if you look at Drew Struzan's original for Empire, it's very similar to this, in a sense, like well, he didn't have a super Star Destroyer here, he had a regular Star Destroyer. But Darth Vader's head in the middle because the saga really evolves around him. I wanted him in the middle of this piece here. But even in terms of the color scheme and the way everything's set up, I wanted to feel very Drew Struzan-esque, who I had the pleasure of meeting a couple of years ago. Wonderful guy. So I wanted that feel, even when it comes to the shooting stars there. That's something very reminiscent of a Drew Struzan type poster. But in terms of my favorite parts to this, one thing, like The Last Jedi, I didn't get to draw last time I did it, so that was fun putting that together. Of course, drawing the Rise of Skywalker, that was fun, and even just trying to interpret what would be there. That was a lot of fun putting that particular one together. Episode 4 was the one I actually did first. I drew episode first, so it actually has the most detail, right? In terms of the prequels, I actually like drawing all the different Jedi that were there. That's one wonderful thing I loved about the prequels was they had all these different Jedi, like with all these different species that Lucas created. So drawing all of those, I really had a good time drawing it.
What is the greatest advice that you got from, say, your mentors or people that you could share with, like, the future illustrators? Okay,
whether you want to be an illustrator or you want all that, I think my number one advice is patience. It all takes time. Especially this generation, everybody wants the overnight. They want it to happen overnight. I want 1 million subscribers in a week. That's how people think. But it doesn't happen that way, unfortunately. If you want to be an artist, draw every single day. You want to be a makeup artist, make up your face every single day. You want to be a YouTuber, make sure you do something that will get you to that goal every single day. Because it takes time, okay? And understand it will take time. Take years, in fact. But keep going at it. It's really something you love to do. you need that patience, and you need that drive, and you need to be consistent. And the longer you do it, the better chance it will happen. So, okay?
The greatest wisdom from the greatest artist.
No, not the greatest. from this mediocre artist here in New York. But happy to be here. Yes.
All right, signing off here from Soho with James Raiz. I'm Tennie Sumague for Eagle News.
A very talented artist, Philip, indeed. I've been privileged to have known James for almost 20 years, and I've seen his work evolve from the time he's been doing Comic-Con in San Diego and New York, and now he's one of the most popular YouTube influencers. And I'm going to give a shout out to James and his wife, Ruth, for celebrating their 18th anniversary. And also a shout out to all the teachers this week for National Teachers Appreciation Week. Okay, signing off here in New York, Tennie Sumague, Eagle News. We live in interesting times. Back to you, Philip.
Thanks so much for that report, Tennie. And it's really incredible. The artistry that you were able to show us that James has been able to do. And it really gets me excited about Star Wars, because here in just a few moments, we're going to have our roundtable where we talk everything Star Wars for National Star Wars Day. But up next, we'll still have business news with Bobby Soriano, and then we'll go mountain biking with Kathleen Gregorio before we head to that galaxy far, far away. You're watching Eagle News America. We'll be